I thought I'd do a different bit of video this week where I'm just going to, in the background, I'm just going to let my week roll. How did my week go? What did the day, Monday, Tuesday and all that? But what I'm going to talk about is just certain subjects, and I might do these kind of ones from time to time. And obviously with the head in this video, I used to hate running. And when I say I used to hate running, I mean I used to fucking hate running. Now, why did I hate running? One of the big reasons I used to always not really like running or used to fall away from running was the competitive nature of it. I mean, how many times have you been out to run and say you go and do a 5k, don't go and do a 10k, and you go and tell someone I just done a 5k, what's the first question they ask? How long did that take you? You know? And there's only one reason that people would generally really be asking something like that, and it's direct comparison. Like, and how many times when you tell them how quickly you ran your 5 or 10k, did they say, oh, my mate Gary or my mate Liz can do that in 10 minutes quicker than you? And there was always that element where it always became competitive, and there wasn't just a competitive element with other people, it was always with yourself. Now, I was always in the process of, like, every time I was running, I was always trying to beat my times. Always. If it wasn't a PB, I had failed. And that was a massive lesson for me to try and learn to try and get back into running. So, like, if you're at that competitive nature where you're always going to get quicker, it always needs to be quicker, it always needs to be further, it kind of takes the fun away from it, unless you're a competitive runner, of course. But even at that, any competitive runner will tell you that you don't need to be quicker all the time. In fact, that would actually be counterproductive. That is the other end of, if you were weight training, you were just going to try and go to the gym and max out all the time, which, you know, kind of intuitively or in other ways, you would just know that that's not inherently a great idea. That was one of the reasons why I used to hate running, was the competitive nature of it with other people and with myself, expecting to be better and better all the time in a nice linear format that we know is not going to happen. The other reason I used to hate running was, no matter what sport I did, boxing, football, like name anything else, I got more injuries doing running than I did anything else. And my knees in particular, I used to get runner's knee really badly, my shins and my calf. And the reason for that would be is because what a lot of people do is they'll go from 0 to 100. What do I mean by that? So in terms of when I'm saying from 0 to 100, you wouldn't just get off the couch and start running like 15 miles a week, 20 miles a week and stuff, or at least you would think not. But that's technically a lot of the ways the way I always kind of done it when it came to running. Like, I would just think that I'm some sort of Superman where I am kind of fit, so I'll go and run an 8 mile, or I'll go and run 10 miles and I'll do that at maximum pace, covering the competitive side of it that I just did, that just wouldn't go well, and I would always end up injured. And you know what it's like as well with, like, every single old boy that you'll ever meet, and the equivalent of a warm-up, where, you know, you just kind of stand back and it's like, like stretching up front, then you go a run. And it's not always the best idea, is it? Because when you kind of do that stuff, it's the equivalent again, like you just jump in, you go in to the gym, just lie on the bench, aye mate, slap 100 kilo on it, no warm up or that, you would know again it wasn't a great idea. So one of the big things when I've gotten it running that now has been properly warming up. I take my dog a walk, do a big walk, and then I'll always come back, and I've not showed you that yet, but I always do like a mobility wee routine in the kitchen here, hence why I'm doing it in here actually. So I, like, one of the big things was weight injuries, was another reason why I stopped running. I would always blame it. And also to mention the point, and again, no offence to anybody, like when I was running when I was fatter, when I was heavy, I remember when I first started trying to lose weight when I was about 20, I'm almost 38 by the way, I was a big fat pie, and I tried to run and my back was always killing me. And you need to take that into consideration, like that kind of load, you're probably going to feel a lot more in your lower back if you deem yourself to be overweight. So the idea of that is, like, obviously don't go from 0 to 100, because the chance of injuries doing yourself in and that is quite the thing. And another factor why I hated running all the time is because it's bloody hard. And again, it's just this whole notion of that you'll see people posting, like, I've got a lot of friends and clients and that, they'll say, when I say something like I've only got 8 miles or I've only got 5 miles a day, and they think, aye, only, it's alright for you, you know. And I don't mean it like that, I don't mean it to sound like that, but what it is like getting up to those kind of mileage, and for them to feel easy, it was hard work to get to that kind of point. And even when I say to some people, oh, I'm running 8 miles a day, I was watching a video on YouTube, and one of the ultra runners was talking about they were going to go and do an easy 8 miles, and she was absolutely blasting out the park. And automatically, again, you just kind of judge yourself, like, all right, well, I'm not that fit, I'm a piece of shit, you know, which is obviously not the case, right? So another reason why people and I hated running was because it was hard. But the whole point of this video is because to start enjoying running and to learn to love running, which I do now, and I can't believe I'm even doing this bloody video talking about it, is because you don't need to be competitive with it. Run for the sake of running. Like, if you're sitting there, like I've been talking to people even today that want to get into running, I was like, well, just run. I was like, but don't go and try and run 5Ks, 10Ks, and even if it is 2 minutes, if it is 1 minute and you need to run for 15 seconds and walk for fucking 10 minutes, do that, you know? Learning to enjoy running and not seeing the competitive side, not trying to hit PBs all the time because it's ill-advised in the first place. Don't judge yourself harshly for having a bad run. You're going to have bad days, you're going to have good days. That's the way to just try and learn to enjoy it. Just run. I mean, running for me is the mental clarity that's coming with the longer runs at an easier pace, because I'm able to think. When I'm trying to run PBs all the time, all I can think about is how hard this is, how much my legs are burning, and how much I can't breathe, which does have its other benefits when you do those kind of runs. But in a sense of people just want to run for the sake of being healthy, getting fit. Running burns a lot of calories. It might be to lose some weight, but just do it for enjoyment. Like, you don't be competitive with it. We all get these people, like, and I see some people doing this all the time, and they're out running in the street and they're going to cross the road, and it's, oh no, there's traffic, and they're pausing their watch. You know what I mean? Like, they stop to tie their lace, they need to pause their watch, because when they get in the house, they might be 10 seconds quicker because it matters that much, when it's only a run to keep fit, you know? So there's no need to be that competitive, they're just not. And in terms of the injuries, like I already kind of covered, like a lot of people do say, but it really hurts my shins. Now, obviously check your footwear, go and get measured, do all those good stuff. But think about the other things as well. Are you just, is this your warm-up, you know, like a quick stretch? Oh, right, that's me warmed up. Oh, right, off we go. Do a proper warm-up, go a nice wee brisk walk, get some stretch off, make sure you're loosened up, make sure the heart's pumping, or even at the start of your walk, before you actually start doing your distance, do a wee bit of applaud first, get yourself warmed up, stop and get a stretch off, maybe do a circuit of the street or whatever, and then go with it, you know? And in times it being hard, guys, it's always going to be hard, and even when you get better, it will be just as hard. 10 out of 10 effort, still 10 out of 10 effort, and 10 out of 10 still feels shit. Your recovery might get better, but hard things are usually generally hard. Remember, the mental aspect of doing hard things is good. It's good for us, you know? Just don't be discouraged. That's the kind of thing. Like, I've grown to love running because for the first time ever, I'm not forcing it. I'm not trying to get PBs. I've got a goal now, but that's manifested over the course of a year, because I'm doing an ultra not to try and be competitive, to beat people, and to do it a certain amount of time. It's just to complete it. And one of the things I've just said to everybody who wants to get into running is because they're feared and they're scared of being judged on the pace that they're running at, how long it's taking them. And don't think like that. Like, that's the thing. I know this video is all over the place, right? But don't think like that. Don't be competitive with it. Run because you want to enjoy that feeling of running. The runner's high is a very real thing. You want to get fitter, you want to be healthier, and you want to do those things. And if running is something you want to be a part of it, do it for those reasons. You don't need to run a 5K, you don't need to run a 10K, you don't need to run a half marathon, you don't need to run a marathon, you don't need to do any of that stuff, guys, right? Just focus on the things that you want to do. You know what I mean? You just want to run with your friends, you just want to join a running club, you want the community aspect of it, whatever it might be. But just don't be discouraged by the things that I said. Like, if you are constantly getting injured, then review what you did. Maybe were you running too much? That was my problem. That's why I got runner's knees. Like I said, like, you'd go and run crazy amount of miles when my body wasn't equipped to that. Crazy amount of miles at a faster pace, because I felt like if I wasn't running 100%, then what was the point, you know? And learning just to run and take your time and do it for the love of it and the enjoyment of it and all those kind of things has been a really good lesson to learn. So if you want to get into running, guys, hopefully you've watched this video. Hopefully you go, you know what, I'm going to go out and go a wee run tomorrow. I don't give a flaming fuck if it's 1 minute. Don't judge yourself based on other people's. Judge yourself based on how you were running this time next week. Right, when after my first run I was this sore. When I done my next run, I felt better, and I felt better. I added in 2 minutes, etc. You see where I'm going with it. But again, hopefully, if you're thinking about running, that you'll get into it. And I'm just wanted to share this experience that I've had. And if you get into running, or if this has inspired you anyway, let me know. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. So just out my 12-mile run. I'm about halfway there. So just thought I'd get this done to try and slow myself down a wee bit. So this vlog is a wee bit all over the place. It was a bit of an impromptu video, hence why the lighting's quite poor. I just turned on the camera and started to talk about my own experience. So again, that's kind of going to be the theme of these vlogs, where I'm just going to document where I am any given week, any given time. Aye, big thanks for watching. I'll tie up there. 12 miles today, feeling good, and my recovery run tomorrow. So just before I go, again,
Thank you to the legends who are Andy, Gail, Melissa, for buying me a coffee and buying Frank sausages. As you can see here, he thoroughly enjoyed it. And remember, if you want to buy me a coffee, if you want to buy Frank sausages more importantly, the link is in the description below. And again, a lot of people are like, what's that all about? It's just to add incentive to the channel, support the channel. And again, incentive to me to keep making the videos, that's all it is. It's just showing a wee bit of support. You don't need to, but it's there. So again, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I've had a great week, and I hope you have too. And I'll see you next week.